In this video, we are going to discuss how to set up MVC in ASP.NET Core application. Before starting this video, we strongly recommend please go through our previous videos. To set up the MVC design pattern in ASP.NET Core application, the prerequisites are: for development of ASP.NET Core application, we need a IDE. That means it may be the Visual Studio, it may be the VS Code, it may be the Sublime, or anything as per your choice. Then you need to install the .NET Core SDK. If you are using Visual Studio 29, then .NET Core 3.1 is already installed there. Or if you are using Visual Studio 2017, then you can download the .NET Core SDK 2.2. The link is shared on the description box. You can download the Visual Studio 2019 from this link. If you are using the Windows machine, then you can download here. If you are using Mac, then you can download here. Also, if you want to download the Visual Studio Code, then you can download here according to your operating system. To develop .NET Core application in Visual Studio 29, we need a .NET Core cross-platform. So while you installing the Visual Studio, please select .NET Core cross-platform workload. To install the .NET Core cross-platform, open the Visual Studio installer, then here go to the modify. You can see here is package as ASP.NET Core, ASP.NET and all these things. In my case, I have already installed that. So let's flip to Visual Studio and create an application from scratch, and we'll see how to set up the MVC in ASP.NET Core application. Create new project, choose as ASP.NET Core web application, click next, set your project name, and here we name as project as customer management. In our upcoming videos, this application should be enhanced step by step. Let's click create. Here you can see in ASP.NET Core web application there are several web templates are available here. We should able to create ASP.NET Core web API project. We should create web application project. We should create the web application MVC project directly, or we can create the Angular with .NET Core. Also we can create the React.js and Redux also we can create. But now we want to create from scratch, so click on the template as empty. As we have not configured the HTTPS, so just uncheck that, then click next. Here you can see that as you take the project as empty templates, then there is no MVC structure is defined here. So let's move to the startup.cs class. In the configure services, we need to add the MVC services to the dependency injection container in the ASP.NET Core. Let's add this services dot add MVC. You can see that there is two methods are available. One is add MVC and then another one is add MVC core. In our next video, we go through the details about difference between add MVC and add MVC core. For now, add the add MVC. Then let's understand what is the services.add MVC. We use the services.add MVC because it allows the dependency injection container into the ASP.NET Core. In our upcoming videos, we go through the details about what is dependency injection. Our main purpose is to set up the MVC application, so that we need to add the app.use static file to solve the static file, then app.use MVC with default route. We added the app.use MVC with default route. This is because as the routing mechanism suggests the pattern matching into the system. If you are working on the previous version of ASP.NET application, then you can see that there is a directly access to the file. Like if there is a default.aspx, then the URL should be localhost, then port number, then default.aspx. But here in ASP.NET MVC application, we need to pattern match to that particular URL. That's the configuration we need in the startup.cs. Then we need to add a folder name controllers. In this controller, let's add a new controller here. We need to add a empty controller. Let's hit home controller. The home controller belongs to the controller class. If you go to the definition of the controller, you can see that the controller is an abstract class which is implement the other classes like controller base, iAction filter, and iDisposal, etc. And the controller holds all the information about the MVC application like temp data, view back, view data, and the JSON result, partial view result, and view component result. We go through about all the details in our step-by-step upcoming videos. So go to the home controller, and instead of iAction result, what is iAction result? we'll discuss in our upcoming videos. So for now, make it as a string public string index. Let's return as string like that's it. Let's run the application and we'll see this string information is printed or not. You can see there is a error thrown. The endpoint routing is does not support in IE application builder that use MVC. So to overcome this, we need to add options.enable endpoint routing equal to false. You can see that after adding this, the warning is also disappeared. If you are using the Visual Studio 2017 and the .NET Core SDK is 2.2, this line of code is not required there. But in .NET Core 3.1, it is required. Let's run again in the application. You can see that now our home controller index method is called here. Suppose we navigate that into home, then index. You can also get the same result. So far in this video, we'll learn how to set up the MVC in ASP.NET Core application. We create a empty template project of ASP.NET Core application and implement the MVC. On our upcoming videos, we see the details about how the controller communicate with the model and it render to the view. In the next video, we discuss about the difference between Add MVC and Add MVC Core. For more details, you can go through the coursefinder.com. Do like, share and subscribe the channel. Thanks for watching.